Guys, so tonight I'm going to make light asparagus chicken and quinoa bake. So I will show you what's going to happen. Here we go. So first what you want to do is preheat your oven to 375 so it can warm up while we're putting the stuff together. Okay, so I have everything laid out as far as ingredients that you will need. Of course you have your chicken, and this is cut up strips, which you'll see in the video of how I did that, my personal decision of how I do it. Obviously more than one way you can cut up strips of chicken. And then it calls for asparagus and chicken broth, milk. I have 2%, that's what I'm using. Quinoa, and we have the organic traditional quinoa, blah blah blah. And you can use other types of quinoa, it's just the one I picked. And then flour, it does say you can use a different kind of flour, but this is an alternative and that's what I have, so I'm using that. And then it does call for white cheddar, but I didn't really feel like buying white cheddar because we don't use it often, so I figure we'll just use the Fiesta blend that we have, and it's still going to be cheese. So that's also a preference you can make. It does call for garlic Montreal chicken seasoning, and we have the Montreal part of it, but I don't know that it does have garlic, so I do have some garlic salt that I will add to it. Then you need some cooked bacon bits. I bought the pre-cooked bacon bits that people put in salads because it's a lot simpler, easier, and we don't use bacon that often, so this worked out for us. So that's it. That's all you need for ingredients. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just cutting up the chicken to breast. So I'm just going to, it says to cut strips, so I'm using my kitchen scissors to go ahead and cut strips of it. Okay, so the next thing it says to do is to take your asparagus and prep it to be in 2-inch pieces. So first I'm going to wash it, and then I'll chop off the ends, which nobody wants to eat anyways, and then I'll cut them into 2-inch pieces. It only calls for 1.5 cups, but I'm just going to do the whole thing because I won't eat this soon enough to have it be good still for the next meal. So I'm going to go ahead and wash it first. Alright, and then I choose to leave the top band on here just to kind of help me support it while I'm cutting it, and then I'll take it off and cut the rest of it. Here we go. So your next step is going to be to get a medium saucepan, heat it on a high, and you're going to put your 1 cup chicken broth and your 1/2 cup of flour, and you're going to whisk that together. And you're going to do this for approximately a minute until it is smooth. It become a pasty substance for me, and granted I've never made this before, so we'll see how it turns out. So then you're going to add the garlic seasoning mix and the milk. And then you're going to cook that for an additional, I got a shadow, an additional 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes is what it says, so that's what I will do. Okay, so it's still just warming with the mixture all together, but this is kind of what it looks like after it's all mixed. My lumps are gone. Again, I'm not a professional chef, I just like to share new recipes with you guys that I have because I think they're yummy, and who doesn't want something new to try every once in a while? I mean, that's my opinion. So basically you want this to thicken a little bit, so I'm gonna let it sit for just a minute here while it does that, and then we'll go on to the next step. Which I did want to add that this recipe also does call for leek, L-E-E-K. When we went grocery shopping, I was telling my husband what we needed and I showed him what leek was. It is kind of an intimidating looking vegetable. Anyways, he was like, no, we don't need to get that. And so my recipe is skipping leek, but by all means, feel free to try it. Maybe one day down the road, I'll try to tackle it and see what happens. Okay, the next step is to put all of the ingredients, so the asparagus, this, the chicken, the quinoa, the bacon, all into a large bowl and just fold it all together. And then you're going to put it in a pan from there. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it all in now. Doesn't that look appetizing? Wow, not so much. All right, last step before it's done. Okay, so I'm just using a dish like this. It's just thin but square. It's like the best baking dish I have. So I'm gonna use this to pour in the stuff. Alright, and then your last step is just to cover it with the cheese of your choice. So that's all I'm going to do now, and then we'll pop it in the oven. It does call for 2/3 cup, but I'm just going to go ahead and eye it because whatever, you know, I'm just going to cover the top of it. Make sure it's covered. We love cheese, so I know though to make it a light asparagus meal, we shouldn't put too much, so there we go. There you have it. So it wasn't the prettiest demonstration, but that's what it's going to look like. You're going to put it in the oven for about 40 to 50 minutes until, of course, the chicken is cooked through. So I will bring it out when it's done. Okay, don't mind my dishwasher in the background making a lot of noise, but here is what it's looking like. I'm going to go ahead and take it out and see if it's done. OMG, it's boiling with goodness. I'm going to try to find a piece of chicken to test the temperature out here. Piece of chicken. Oh yeah, chicken's definitely done. I'll probably let you guys know on Instagram how I enjoyed it. So give this video a thumbs up if you want to try it or think it looks delicious, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Veda Day 15.